Hello and welcome to Monday Night Live. Apologies for being a little bit late. I've been out of the loop for a couple of weeks, so it kind of snuck up on me, and when it was time, I realised I didn't have all my bits and pieces in place, but all good, here I am. So welcome to Monday Night Live for what is today, the 15th of May. So mid-May, the year is marching on, and I'm delighted to have you here. So if you are watching live, welcome, and if you are watching on the replay, then welcome for watching on the replay. Please go ahead and say hi in the comments where you're watching from. It's nice to see you and be with you again. It's been a couple of weeks. I am a little bit tired still today. I have been in Germany on our hike. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, I'm Yvonne. I am the founder and CEO of Women's Fitness Adventures. And we have been going for 9 years now. 9 years we've ticked over. And over that time, we've taken women on many adventures all over the world, but also transferred our skills so that we have taught women to hike anywhere that they want in the world, capably and safely as well. So hello, Kerry, Northeast Victoria on a beautiful autumn day. And hi, Marianne, lovely to see me back. Thank you. Lovely to see you there as well. It is cooler here in Brisbane where I am than it was over in Germany. So that is a different kind of change as well. But I am getting over a little bit of jet lag. So hopefully that will be gone within the next day or so. It's hit me harder this time. I'm not sure why. But this afternoon or this evening, I want to talk to you about momentum and how that relates to hiking. So let me check in. Hello, Donna from Canberra. Lovely to have you here. And hi, Pauline from Adelaide as well. So as I said, I have spent the last 2 weeks in Germany. We did a hike called the Painter's Way, which is in the eastern part of Germany. And I don't know if you followed along on Facebook and saw our photos, but we did at one point cross over into the Czech Republic. We were on the trail and we saw the border right there, no other people around, saw the border and managed to sneak ourselves across to the borderline and took a photo. And that was a big highlight for me. Never having been to Czech, I can say I've been there for maybe a minute or two and then stepped back into Germany. But Eastern Germany is fabulous. It is beautiful. We were a bit of a novelty over there as Australians, especially there were 14 of us, a group of Australian women. They loved seeing us hiking on their trails when they, would speak to us in German and we go, "Nein, sprechen Sie Deutsch?" They just look at us and then say, "Where are you from?" And we'd say Australia, and they go, and then they do this double take and go, "Oh, Australia, you come a long way." And it was really, really lovely. Beautiful countryside, beautiful hiking, perfect weather, shorts and a t-shirt most days, cool at nights. The food was outstanding. There might have been some Riesling and some beer in there as well. So it was a delightful time. So let me just check in. Hi, Jack. Thank you. Hi, Christine. Thank you. Hi, Gay. And hi, Judy. Good to see all of you again as well. So our trek in Germany was, and hi, Suze, in Sydney tonight. I'll be in Sydney on the weekend. So lovely to see you as well. Our hike in Germany was 128 kilometres over eight days. So our last day was a half day. So we covered a fair bit of distance each day, and that was either hiking up some steins, which are the big sandstone rock formations, or hiking up some bergs, which are their word for mountains, and then some traversing across the beautiful, colourful canola fields that were there, and through farmland and through little German townships as well. But 128 kilometres in 8 days is a lot of hiking, and it's really easy to get fatigued on days like, consecutive days like that, especially if you haven't trained for it, or if you have trained for it but haven't strung that many days together. So one of the things I want to talk through tonight is the idea or the concept of momentum in hiking. And that momentum happens on a multi-day adventure in quite a micro form, but also in the things that we do leading up to and beyond the multi-day adventure as well. So if we think about momentum, and the definition of momentum is really just propelling yourself to keep going forward, then that's what we want to do as hikers, is keep going forward. No, none of us want to go backwards. But the key, especially when you're with a group, or even on your own, the key is to keep moving. So there's times on the trail where we can, all of us, think, I am puffing so much, I just can't go anymore. I need to stop and rest. Or my legs feel like they're going to give out. I need to stop and rest. Or I just can't go on for whatever reason and I need to stop and rest. And the key here is, like, rest time should be factored in for sure. But the key is to keep going with your steps and only break in the breaks. And the reason I say that is that sometimes when we're hiking along and we're getting out of breath, say along the flat and we're getting out of breath, the group might be moving too fast. The key is to just slow down your pace so that you're comfortably walking and hiking, unless you're out running a storm or something like that, so that you are feeling comfortable in your pace, comfortable enough to have a conversation. Because that's, well, certainly with Women's Fitness Adventures, that's the type of hiking that we do, that you can have a conversation, especially on the flat. That's all part of the adventure. But if you find and then on hills, there's this aversion globally, I think, to getting out of breath. But everyone gets out of breath going up a hill, and the important thing is to recognize and realize that. And the key is, when you're going uphill or going on the flat and feel that you can't go on, is to really just slow down your momentum, slow down your steps, so that you are literally almost, even if you feel you're not moving, you're putting one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Now, you may have been going like this, one foot in front of the other, but then you come to slow it down and it's one foot in front of the other. And the reason that I say that is, it's much easier to keep going, to keep the momentum, than it is to stop, gather yourself, your breath, your resources, whatever it might be, and then start going again. And particularly if you're with a group and the group starts to spread out. And so for every 10 seconds that you stop and rest and then get started again, it's probably about 30 seconds, that process. And then the group starts to get further away, and and I've seen this and I've heard this, start to feel those negative thoughts of, I'm a failure, I'm so slow, this doesn't work for me, I shouldn't be here. And then you start to go into that spiral of that self-talk, which isn't helpful to anyone. So the key with yourself is to find that pace that you can keep going, that momentum that keeps you going. And then, you're not distancing yourself from the group. You're not finding that you're having to chase the front group as well, but you're not finding the challenge of getting up that hill or getting along that path or getting to wherever you need to be so hard, because you're not stopping and then going, oh, now I have to start again. Or you're not stopping halfway up a hill and now I have to start again. It's just to slow that pace down so that we can maintain our momentum as we go along. And that will, your speed over time will gradually increase. But if you keep stopping and starting, it won't. You'll just go to that same point again, stop, recover, and then go again. So really slow it down. Now, I hope that's a really helpful tip for when you're out on the trail with momentum. Let me check in with who's here. Suze, I hope everything's okay for you. No, Alethea, sorry. I hope everything is okay for you. And thank you for welcome back. Hi, Belinda from Italy. Belinda was on our Germany trail and has then scooted over to Italy, and we did have a very good time there. So that's one stage of momentum, is when you're on the trail and keeping moving on the trail. Because when we have that momentum on the trail as well, if you've read tonight's newsletter, which came out about an hour ago, you'll know that when we're in momentum, when we're in the swing of it, when we're on the trail and in our zone, it's called mindfulness. We're really aware that this is the only place that we need to be. When we start to get it in our head, that negative self-talk, that I can't make this, I'm falling far behind, we tend to lose our concentration. And then when our body starts to fatigue towards the end of the day, our concentration is lost even more. And that's when accidents can happen. That's when we can tend to trip or fall, or, just our concentration might be over there when it needs to be, directly where it needs to be, right in front of us. So that momentum will also help us with our focus and help us minimize our risk of injury and maximize our enjoyment, because when we're really in the moment, it really makes a difference. And Margaret, you say our trip looked absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And the great thing was that we were all in the moment almost all of the time, because there wasn't anywhere else we could be. We were out in the German countryside. There was no, because we're a different time zone, all our internets and everything were not working, or we had them turned off because no one in our world was awake, that we could move around in our group and have a chat and have a conversation with everyone, because we all kept that momentum going. But the thing about momentum, so that this is on the trail, and I'm just going to jump this little one in as well before I talk about other forms of momentum, is that we need to swim our own race or hike our own race. So when we are on the trail, we can often think, oh, I'm last, or I'm slow, oh my gosh, we had some stairs that we needed to climb up in Germany, which we hadn't really anticipated. And they were quite, we were prepared, but they were unexpected. And it wasn't until we got to the end of the day and then the end of the adventure, when everyone started talking about it, is that everyone had the same sense of, oh my gosh, can I do this? Oh, maybe I feel a little bit nervous. Maybe I feel a little bit scared. But it wasn't until everyone shared that it actually made it an even better environment for us to all keep our momentum. So we swim in our own race. We can't be worried and thinking, well, that person over there is so much more capable than me. They seem to take it all in their stride. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but they might have exactly the same thoughts as you, and they're just, disguising it in a different way, or you're too focused on, your own your way of navigating through that you're thinking no one else can be as nervous or as worried or as puffed or exhausted or fatigued as you are. So being in momentum, continuing, that forward movement, is also about swimming in your own race and not really worrying about, what anyone else is doing while you're on that section of the trail and focused on yourself. So that's momentum on the trail, but momentum also happens in our head. So forward thinking and focused towards the trail on the day. But momentum happens way back before we even go on an adventure. And I know if you're watching tonight, and there's a lot of our members watching tonight live, and if you're watching on the replay, and if you're a non-member and watching as well, and if you are, planning your next hiking adventure, or you want to get started and don't know where to start, there's a lot of people out there hiking, and all over the world. There's lots of people hiking, and so many trails to hike close to home and far away. But the key with momentum, not only on the trail, is with your training beforehand. And momentum builds momentum. It's a bit like it's not a pendulum. It's one of those things that, I don't know what they're called. They bang into each other, and one creates, that little movement for the next thing. I don't know. I don't think it's a pendulum. It might be. Someone can tell me what it is. Maybe it is, because there was a boat in the river in Germany that crossed from one side of the river to the other on a pendulum. It didn't use any, diesel or anything like that to get itself across the river. It just used the current and this big long chain. Anyway, that's a different story. So with our training, though, the momentum, so the focus of just one foot in front of the other, one training session after the other, one functional move after the other, one, going hiking with your pack, one going hiking with a new item of clothing, with, an old item of clothing, just that momentum of continually moving forward with your with your training will set you in good stead for when you get on the adventure. It's when we do the stop-start with anything, on the trail, with our build up to the adventure, with our mindset of I'm in, I'm not in, oh, I'm excited, now I've changed my mind, I don't want to go anymore, and you make it somebody else's problem then. The important thing is to keep that momentum going. You commit because you want to do it, and then you slowly and steadily put the pieces together and keep that forward motion. And I think that's the most important thing, because everyone who was on our Germany adventure had done the training as they were required to, and they did it in their own way. It may not have been exactly to the plan that we gave them, but they did it in their own way, and they kept their own momentum going forward. But they had fully committed when they first booked into something. And whether you are thinking of an adventure you have down the track, or thinking of planning one, go all in from the very beginning, because that momentum will keep you going. That momentum will pull you forward on the hard training days, the days where you just don't feel like doing it and need to get out there. But that momentum will also pull you forward on the trail as well. So let me check in with the comments. Catherine says, welcome back, Yvonne. Thank you, Catherine. It's lovely to be back, and I hope that your foot is starting to heal. Hi, Brod. Yes, thank you. They are fabulous photos. I have thousands and thousands more of photos. I was just happy snapping the whole time. Ellen, you loved our photos. Well, that's a delight coming from you, Ellen, because you're such a good photographer. And Leanne, that's you at the moment. Haha. The thing is with motivation is we ended up at this in Germany, this town at the end of the day, and we had to catch the train. And the town was in East Germany. It had maybe a dozen houses, no shops, nothing. And it had this big old heritage listed red brick building, huge, that looked like a prison, and it dominated the entire town. It was in the bottom of a valley. It was quite depressing walking into the town, and we all thought it was a prison. But it was actually a disused pulp mill that was through the communist era of East Germany. And it was now listed on the heritage site. And it dominated the town. It was in disrepair. It was not very friendly, but it happened to be right alongside the train station. And we sat at the train. We kind of moved around. We had an hour to wait, moved around, made jokes, all that kind of stuff, made sure we didn't miss the train because we would have been stuck there all night. I don't know how we would have had to walk for another couple of hours. But I was at that train station thinking about motivation and momentum. And, motivation is like waiting for a train that will never come. So motivation can only come from you. It can only be managed by you. And this momentum is exactly the same. So if you have no motivation, dig deep and find out why. Is it that, because if you don't have motivation, you don't have momentum. So if it's not exciting enough, if it's too overwhelming, if it's not important, all of those things, dig deep and ask why, because chances are there's a pattern. It's not just the hiking thing that you might have jumped onto. And, I think that with motivation, only you can be responsible for that. And once you find the motivation, no one's going to hand it to you. I can't motivate you. I can inspire you. Others can inspire you, but we can't actually motivate you. You can't lead a horse to water and make it drink. That's the saying. So, once you get that motivation and you just, it's grit, it's showing up. The Olympians, they get, 2 minutes in the pool once every 4 years. Do you think they're motivated to go swimming each and every single time? No, but they get in there and they do the hard work and then they get the glory. But it's not hard work. It should be fun. So finding your motivation and then that momentum, just taking one step at a time, trying one new thing at a time. So my step might be 3 times a week around the block if I've got no motivation. Then you feel better. Then it's 4, then it's 5. And it's the same thing on the trail. It's that momentum. I'm going to walk to the next thing. I'm going to walk beyond that. I'm going to walk beyond that. and just keeping it going, because as you keep it going, it's like a rolling stone that gathers no moss. You actually become unstoppable. So I think that is, really important that everybody understands the power of momentum. In our head, our thoughts, our good thoughts will gather speed. Our bad thoughts will gather the same speed, probably faster. So choose what thoughts go into your head when it comes to your hiking fitness and your hiking goals. Your training, again, that momentum with the training, just keep focused on, one little bit at a time. If I give you the whole, it's like our Couch to Mountain program, which you're online tonight with. If we give you the whole plan for the rest of the year, that's really overwhelming. So it will be broken down into small bite-sized chunks that build on top of each other, a bit like life. If we knew that everything that was going to be thrown at us in life, going to come our way in life, was given to us as a baby, we'd be really overwhelmed. But it's not. It's just delivered, in pieces, some a bit bigger than sometimes we think we need. But we just step our way through it. We can only do what we can only do. And that momentum, all the life lessons carry over to hiking, or hiking lessons carry over to life. That momentum and, you being on the trail, being focused on the trail, putting that one foot in front of the other, is also for your training as well. So hopefully that has been helpful. It's so nice to be back with everybody, and it's so nice to be home as well. For our members this week, we have coming up tonight is the Couch to Mountain welcomes. So if you're part of Couch to Mountain and watching, I hope you have a good time. And then tomorrow night is Cardio Boost. Tomorrow afternoon is Cardio Boost. And cardio, globally, it's a thing. No one wants to get out of breath, but hills are your friend. And, the sooner we embrace that, the better. Wednesday night, we have our Nutrition on the Trail Masterclass. I'm always amazed at what's in lunchboxes. It's a bit like school lunchboxes. Always amazed. So that will be interesting and worthwhile on Wednesday night. Thursday night, if you're in New South Wales, thanks, Moira. I'm not sure what that's relating for. That's what you thought too, getting out of breath globally, getting out of breath, or amazed by what's in lunchboxes. Thursday night, if you are a New South Wales member, we have our online member connect on Thursday night. And let me see, I'm really not totally back in the swing of things yet, but there's other stuff going on as well. There's our Hike About in Brisbane too. If you are wanting to start your hiking journey, Couch to Mountain is tonight or tomorrow night, depending which one you're on. There's one tonight and one on tomorrow night. So you should receive a message about 30 minutes before it starts. You get a message to your phone and an email. So I think the November one is tonight and December is tomorrow night. So hopefully more of that clears some stuff up for you. Not the lunchbox thing at all. And if you are getting started or wanting to get started on a hiking adventure but don't know where to start, we have reopened, let me share this, reopened our Adventure Ready for Hiking course. It starts at the end of June. The early bird special is on now. It's a 10-week course that will take you through everything from where to go on how to build your own hiking fitness plan. I conduct the course, how to build your own plan for hiking fitness, how to know where to go, how to go, who to choose, what questions to ask, all about the gear and equipment. What else? The hiking skills as well, our functional fitness moves, all of those things, so that once you've gone through that course, you'll have the confidence to be able to, if you don't, or if you still have questions about choosing an adventure, the confidence to book in or take on that adventure that you have already booked into. So if that is you, then go ahead and click the link, and there's a whole lot of information in there that you can read about, and if it's for you, join on for there. But we know that our last participants who went through our pilot program just last month loved the course, and said that it really has made such a difference to their confidence and their ability to go hiking. So hopefully I've cleared that up for you guys as well. So that is the Adventure Ready for Hiking course. And of course, there was a link in the email that went out this afternoon as well. So let me just take that down. Right. So that's it from me for tonight. Hopefully, well, I should be over my jet lag by next week. So I look forward to catching up with you then. But if you have any questions or anything, just drop them in here and we'll happily answer them. I'll put the link in there as well. And if you, want to know more, then check out the website. There's a whole lot of things that we've been adding onto there as well. So that's it from me. Have a lovely Monday evening, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks for that. Bye.